Hey guys, gizmoddict here, and a Realme phone and a proper working GCam are two things that you never hear in the same sentence. But things have changed now with Realme UI, and today I'm going to show you a 100% proper working GCam for the Realme 6 Pro. It not only supports the main camera lens, but it also supports the telephoto camera as well as the wide angle camera, and you can also take videos with all of these lenses. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with the best GCam for the Realme 6 Pro, so that if you guys are planning to buy this phone, you will get the best image quality out of it. I'll get into how do you set up the GCam and all of those details later on. First, let me show you stock camera versus GCam samples. So we're gonna start with selfies first. Realme 6 Pro gets a dual selfie camera, but on GCam only the primary sensor works, and as you can see, the GCam selfies are definitely much better than stock cam. So stock cam has this typical issue where it overexposes the parts of the image a lot. You can see my t-shirt is overexposed in some photos, my face is a little bit overexposed in some photos. So in comparison to all of that, the GCam handles the dynamic range much better. Even if you zoom into the photos, you will see more details in the GCam selfies, and the color of my t-shirt is much more accurate on GCam in comparison to what it is on the stock cam. So in terms of selfies, there is a great improvement. You will love taking selfies with GCam. And even if I talk about the low lighting selfies, here's where I saw the major difference. So the Realme 6 Pro gets a night mode even for selfies, and as you can see, even with the night mode, the selfie is so bad, but the GCam selfie with night sight is absolutely mind-blowing. So front facing camera gets the biggest upgrade with GCam, and just take selfies with GCam. You don't need to use the stock cam on the Realme 6 Pro. Now then let's jump to the main sensor of the rear facing camera, and here if we talk about the indoor conditions pictures and the low light pictures, you can see that Google camera is clearly better than stock cam. So in indoor conditions, the major problem with the stock camera app is that one, the dynamic range is a little bit messed up sometimes. Sometimes the pictures are overexposed, sometimes the pictures are a little bit underexposed. And the other problem that I have is colors. The colors are not accurate to what you see in reality. So in comparison to that, the GCam app on the Realme 6 Pro produces much better, much accurate colors, and the dynamic range is also better. So clearly in indoor conditions as well, Realme 6 Pro's GCam is better. And then when we move into the low lighting conditions, here once again you see a major improvement. There is ultra night mode on the Realme 6 Pro also, but there is no toggle for it. It will automatically turn on in the nightscape mode if it thinks the lighting is too low. And even after taking like a couple of samples with the latest update, Google camera still outperforms the stock camera on the Realme 6 Pro. You just get much more detailing. You can see this outdoor shot, you can see a lot more trees and all of those details in the GCam shot in comparison to the stock camera shot. So clearly the indoor as well as the low light performance improves a lot with Google camera in comparison to the stock cam. Then we move on to the broad daylight conditions, and here the thing is, in some photos I found Google camera better, and in some photos I found the stock camera better. So in pictures where you are taking a landscape shot where maybe there are a lot of buildings, there is a sky, you have a lot of things to cover, I found the stock camera to be better. The dynamic range is absolutely insane on the Realme 6 Pro. Realme does that very good on all of their phones when it comes to daylight. The dynamic range is damn good, and these shots look much better in comparison to GCam. And then there is this other spectrum of photos that I took, which are not landscape shots. These are either indoor shots, or I've taken photos in my car or something like that. And here you can see that GCam is actually better. GCam photos are better exposed. In some photos they have better detailing, and they also have better dynamic range. So daylight shots are a 50-50. I think stock camera still does a good job in daylight, especially if you see this photo where there is areas of very dark shadows. There is also a lot of highlights, and there's also this whole bedroom in the scene. You can see that Realme stock camera has exposed the overall shot so well. The dynamic range is so good. You can see what's outside the window. You can see the things inside properly. And the dynamic range is much better than GCam. The only problem that I have here once again is colors. As you can see, everything outside looks so artificial and looks so saturated, it doesn't look natural. So if Realme somehow can fix the processing with respect to colors, the stock camera can actually do a very good job in daylight. Even in this photo, as you can see, my jeans completely looks different in the Realme stock app, whereas GCam has got the color right. It actually looks like I'm wearing a different set of pants in both of the photos. So color accuracy is one thing that stock camera is really behind, and GCam fixes it. But in daylight, I think stock camera does a good job. After that, let's move on to the secondary lenses on this phone. So here you'll get two toggles. You'll get a 2x toggle and a 0.6x toggle. The funny part is when you tap the 2x toggle, you will go into the wide angle lens, and when you tap the 0.6x toggle, you will go into the telephoto lens. So do keep that in mind. First, if I talk about the wide angle lens, the performance here once again is much better than GCam. You get better detailing in all of the shots, and you see a difference especially in the night mode, because you've got night sight. Once again, it works on the wide angle lens, and it gets in a lot more details in comparison to the stock nightscape mode that you have in the Realme app. So yeah, wide angle camera's performance is also improved, but what I love is telephoto lens, because it lets you take portrait shots in the telephoto mode. The stock camera, for some reason on the Realme 6 Pro, does not let you take portraits with the telephoto camera, and that is the major point of a telephoto camera, to take portrait shots. So Realme has disabled that on the Realme 6 Pro as well as on the X2 Pro and the X50 Pro, but with GCam you can take portrait mode shots with the telephoto lens, and you can see they look amazing. I'm showing you a comparison here with the stock app with GCam app, and then with GCam app with telephoto lens on, and as you can see, the portraits with telephoto lens look absolutely brilliant. So I'm really happy that GCam lets you take a proper advantage of that feature, and I really love taking portraits with telephoto lens. I've loved that on the Redmi K20 Pro, on the OnePlus 7T, and now on the Realme 6 Pro as well. It does the job very well. So if you like taking a lot of portraits, well, this is the only phone now that offers a telephoto lens. But anyways, as you can see across the board with the main camera, wide angle camera and the telephoto camera, GCam improves the performance a lot, and even with selfies you see a major improvement. Finally, if I talk about video, so for normal 1080p and 4K video, I would recommend you to use the stock cam only. It's better in stabilization and all of those things. But one thing that the GCam offers is you can take videos with the wide angle lens in 4K. The stock camera only does it till 1080p, so I'm showing you a wide angle sample from the stock app and then with the GCam, and you can see there is a lot of quality difference. You literally are taking the video at a much higher resolution, and I like that feature, because you normally use wide angle lens when you are outdoors, you are recording some scenery, and if you put 4K resolution on top of that, your image overall would look great. So I really like this feature as well. So all in all, I think with Google Camera, the performance of the Realme 6 Pro improves a lot. Now one more question that must be in your head is, how does it perform in comparison to the Poco X2? Well, I've done a detailed comparison and the video should be hitting the channel in the next 3-4 days, so stay tuned for that. Now coming to the discussion as to how do you enable Google Camera on the Realme 6 Pro, it's very easy. I have given the APK link in the description box along with a config file link. So go and download the APK and put it on your phone. Also download the config file, and on your phone you need to create a folder called GCam. Then you need to create a folder called config7, and then inside this you need to paste your config file. After that, open your GCam app, double tap on the area between the gallery and the camera button, and you will get a pop-up. Select your config file, click on restore, and you're good to go. And like I said, use 2x for wide angle and use 0.6x for telephoto. That's how you can use Google Camera on the Realme 6 Pro, and I hope that you guys found this video helpful. So please, if you guys have Realme 6 Pro or even the Realme X2, download this app, install it on your phone, take some really cool photos, and you can tag me at gizmoddict on Twitter or on Instagram. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I will be back in your notifications very soon with a full review of the Realme 6 Pro. Thanks for watching. Bye. Take care.